But right now, XB, it's our turn to take over the action. It's going to be starting from Novo, and it's going to be heading towards Severny. That's going to leave the western side of the main island quite barren. Not necessarily, though. They can still float all the way over there. But let's play our favorite game, XB. Where's the circle going to be?
Well, you know what they say, where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody does want to go to the quarry or to the Georgia Paul western side of Georgia Paul, they're going to find a way. They're going to find those vehicles, and they are definitely going to vroom them out of there. Let's see what the zone is going to form, but something that I'm seeing, Scout is not going to be playing today. So it's going to be Ronak, Oasis, Ash, and Frankie representing the boys from Orange and Black. Not a bad combination, if you ask me, but I do believe that, Scout kind of brings a little bit of versatility to the game, that little bit of oomph factor, that unpredictability, as he's known for. And sometimes it works well, or well, sometimes it just comes crashing down. So let's see how these boys go. And as far as the zone, I think it's going to be a little bit central and to the west, I suppose.
All right, I'm going to go for a Stalber circle. Screw it. Might as well have a little bit of fun here. I do agree with you. Scout is someone who can... Oh, never mind. You were much closer. But the fact that it is over Military Island as well makes things very interesting. And for a change, we don't say this often, but for a change, INT are in a little bit of a comfortable spot here. And I just want to touch upon what you mentioned about Scout being, highly unpredictable and being, that the difference maker. But wouldn't you rather have more consistency than having, a player just pop off and win a game for you? Because that is not sustainable, right? It's not a sustainable approach to a tournament where there's not just 1 or 2 or 3 games. There's a multitude of games being played out, and you need to maintain that consistent level. However, let's take a very quick look at where teams have dropped on towards. A team extreme like dropping towards the Milta power plant. We've noticed that in the past. Synerge towards Lipovka. They have quite a bit of land to cover. And of course, for the rest of them, it's a usual spots. Fnatic going to be dropping towards a little bit of those cluster of houses, or rather some huts right next to the... there we go, say Fnatic, and there you have it, right next to the cliff. But they could be feeling pretty happy here. They can loot up. They can potentially even go all the way a little bit more west, maybe towards Ferry Pier, perhaps, and loot up a little bit more extra. They won't be forced to move anytime soon.
See, this is where they usually drop as it is. So, this is not uncharted territory for these lads, and they're going to be comfortable looting on. And I'm sure they know that, westward ho, there's going to be no opposition whatsoever. But, talking about the fact that, we were discussing and talking about Scout, the fact that for this particular lineup, this is the last tournament and, possibly the last 10 games that we are going to witness them play as a unit, I think that maybe it might have something to do with the fact that Scout is not playing, because if you can't make it, you can't break it, right? If things are not working out, they're not working out. It's as simple as that. So, I guess what they should try and get out of this tournament right now is, of course, the remainder of the four chaps who are on our screens right now. They need to give it their best. And if they get that slot for the World League, well, you know what they say, sometimes teams are built around single men, but sometimes when you don't need them, you just don't need them.
It's kind of hard to forget. If you look at I'm taking a look at the circle right now, and I do believe that we won't be seeing any action taking place for quite a while. So we can kind of hypothesize a little bit, spin a few yarns here and there. But one thing we want to talk about is, as two older gentlemen that we are, at least the two of us are.
Hey, talk about yourself.
Listen, Boomer. Shush. We're both boomers, right? We're boomer squared. The thing is, we forget how young many of these players are and how young some of these teams are. And the thing is, you see in many other esports as well, you look at it objectively, you look at just the facts and the data, the rotations and the aiming and the communication, everything. We sometimes tend to forget about the human element and the fact that when you are someone who is young, when you are someone who is still, not really, how to put this across, like someone is more emotional. And let's be real. As humans, everyone's emotional. Some people are more emotional than others, and what leads from that can be either a positive thing or a negative thing. It can lead to fights, it can lead to little tiffs, it can lead to a lot of finger pointing. And considering the age of many of the players in the teams playing here, and also if you look at the squad, unlike many teams like TSM Entity, they have Gatak, who is a much more older gentleman, and he can definitely be the big brother figure for the lineup and kind of calm the fires when it does break out. But for many other smaller teams, it's not necessarily the case. They don't really have that brother figure or a father figure someone who kind of brings them together and has conflict resolution in his little notebook over there. that could be a problem for India's teams. And I do believe the easiest, the most high-profile example of this would be Team Fnatic.
I guess I'm going to have to agree with you, but this is, of course, I mean, all the lads who are playing are at a very impressionable age, so they're going to wear their feelings on their sleeves, so to speak. So yeah, I mean, I definitely would agree with the fact that at times once the team gets a little hot-headed amongst themselves, it can lead to a little bit of a little noise here and there, as we've been hearing a lot.
A few social media posts, a few rants here and there.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it all. We've seen what all happens. We've seen all those stories being posted. And then, it's like water under the bridge the very next day. So that is something, it's part of human nature. You've also got to add the element of stress because, yes, you are playing games, but when you kind of are not playing for fun and once it becomes a job, which it is basically for a lot of these boys playing, it can get stressful at times, and sometimes you just need a break. You need a breather, and when you want to do that, maybe your teammate doesn't have the same feelings as you do. I mean, there could be a number of reasons, right? But
true, and I'm not using this as an excuse. I'm not saying because they're young, there are a lot of. It's not that. It's just that some teams.
I wish I had this work ethic when I was young. When I was that age,
I was terrible. I was an absolute piece of crap when I was young. I'm just putting it out there. I do believe these young lads are much more better than we are. But the thing is, some of the younger teams out there who have performed, they have managed to surpass that emotional outburst they might have, and that's why they are on top, right? If you look at NDT, almost apart from Katak, almost all of them are young. Orange Rock, majority of them are young players, but they're still able to have that cohesion. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. That's how the old adage goes, and they make it click. But for some other teams, it's not about the players being bad. It's about sometimes the chemistry just isn't there. Such as in life, such as in relationships.
I don't want to use the E word, but ego does play a major factor when it comes to high-profile teams such as the one we are discussing. So, hopefully things change in time, and hopefully we see some action up on our screens because I want to see some bullets fly. I want to see some bodies drop.
We haven't seen a single fight yet.
Nothing. It's all 64 are
all right,
still alive.
Fnatic, U-turn. Take a fight right now. Come on, let's go. No. All right,
do you think the Celts are going to go for it? They're like, you know what? We're going to hold on to our first position just a little while longer. We'll take shots at the enemy once we have a clear shot on them. We are not going to take risks. That is probably what is going on through the minds of the Celts. But behind them, yes, we do have Fnatic. Ooh, that could be. I mean, they could see with Fnatic, it's either they're going to pop or they're going to fizzle. It's one of them. It has to be one of them.
That's one of them, and let's see which one's gonna happen. They're still 6th position, one good game, boom, they're on top right there, and I'm really enjoying this the battle for the 3 slots available right now. Of course, for those who are just tuning in, who didn't tune in yesterday, probably wondering, wait, there are only supposed to be 5 spots. What happened there? Well, what happened was it expanded to a total of 7 spots, which is great for a lot of these teams playing, especially for Synerge. Would have to be battling today, but they're like somewhere in the middle of the week. They're like, oh, we qualified, guys. Nice. And they've kind of been chilling yesterday alongside TSM Entity. When I say chilling, they're still killing a lot of people. It's just that they're not necessarily performing at the apex of their ability, at least from what we witnessed, which is not the case for Orange Rock and Godlike. They are going in all guns a-blazing, and of course that is exactly what we want to see. This has probably been the quietest Erangel I've seen. Not a single casualty yet so far, as we do see the second circle coming in here. And now we might be seeing a little bit of a skirmish. Look at the top northeastern side of the circle. We have TSM Entity, VSG Crawls, and Synerge in very close proximity with each other. And we, of course, have Team Extreme, Orange Rock, Godlike, and Marcus Gaming next to each other. So finally, we might be seeing something happening here. But this circle, this kind of worries me. If you ask me, XP, if it by any chance heads towards that military island, we're in for a bloodbath.
I'm a happy man. We're going to finally see some carnage on the bridge, but I think we might see some carnage over here as Evo currently finds himself surrounded by the enemy. They've got to move out. We just touched upon this, that they might be facing off Synerge in a while, but I think they are making the right decision to move out. And have a look at this. They are going out of the blue. And they're probably going to go on a huge northwestern rotation and pop up somewhere just possibly southeast of Gatka. I think this is what these boys are going for. They're going to circumvent around Rozhok, around the school buildings, and come in, for a safe landing. But one team that has been performing on all cylinders, it is definitely Mumba Esports. And one man stands out for them, and that man is none other than 420 OP himself. Now, let me just throw some numbers at you, Blair. So you and me have 28 kills in all, and out of those 28, 14, half of the kills already go to a man we know as 420 OP. Now,
gunshots! Finally!
I mean, finally,
wait, how is
lull
Vampire not
has
dead?
been lifted. The ratatats coming in. Everybody's finally happy. Casters, please shut up because we want to see some action. But, well, there you have it. I think it's going to be Soul who are the first to actually pull that trigger and land a few shots on Orange Rock's Vampire as they drive by. And, are we going to see some action from blah, blah, blah today?
I don't know, but speaking of Mr. Blah 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 himself, Mr. Vampire, something about him driving around in a car and 4 people shooting at him and just a couple of bullets hitting him. I think he is basically. He does seem like Mr. Alucard himself. But Team Soul, the team on our screens right now. Wait, did someone die a while back? I didn't even notice a kill feed.
Did we just miss something? Are we bad at what we're doing?
No, listen, we're terrible at what we do. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just like talking, and
I think we just missed.
And sometimes I get paid for it, but I think we missed a kill there. I do apologize. What happened there? It was 64. I remember clearly it was 64, and then suddenly it.
We talk about Vampire, and suddenly we have some paranormal activity going on. I don't know what to say right now.
Yeah, I'm a little perturbed as to what's happening here. But Mega, there we go. Paradox right on top of that hill. That's a very good hill to have control over. And he will be peering down. If you have a nice... Yeah, go on.
If only we had a magic voice in our ears who could help us out. I mean, I wonder if that's possible.
Yeah, I just heard a producer say, what the hell? When did he die? So I don't think anyone's really keeping track. Celts, right next onto the ferry pier, just waiting for anyone to come on. And they have a little bit of cover, but with Powerhouse pushing up and Marcus Gaming nearby, this could be quite scary indeed. Look at the proximity here. And this is worrisome for me, XP, and the circles are closed in. The fact that there's been no casualties apart from the one spirit that got taken out. Oh, it's on the bridge! It's on the bridge! Here we go! Now we're going to be seeing the Lemmings getting slaughtered here. Look at the rotation Synerge has to do. Look at how much Team Extreme have to head towards. Team Tumulus, Team Soul, Orange Rock, Mumba, they all have to push in towards where everyone is. It's like a cluster of colors. It's beautiful to look at, but eventually everything is going to turn red. And here we go. Shadow gets knocked by Iconic, and it's going to be bolt action starting things up, and that's going to make you happy in the special places.
I'm already smiling A to A, and it is my boy Iconic with that headshot with the Car 98 getting a knock. So Powerhouse not shying away from a fight today. They know that they have to make this the best opportunity of the situation right now because they are going to get engulfed by the enemy soon. And looks like Surya might have his sights set on the enemy. Meanwhile, 420 is still popping off, getting a knock on Godlike's Hastar. So that man is definitely... drinking the same energy drinks he's been since yesterday because he is on a roll. Max Kosh is going to make sure he picks up his teammate Godlike. Gil laying down the hurt on Destro and Bhishma knocking them both out for a 6 and finishes one. And just to add a little bit of insult to injury, he's going to blow the other one up with a grenade.
I just want to point out something there. Like Gil got the first kill over there, and before he tossed in a grenade, he just took a very quick gander around, looked around to make sure there was no one looking at him or going to take a pot shot at him, and then he tossed in the nade. Like he's not like so hungry, they're just gonna just run in for the kill. I like how aware he is, and bear in mind he was a reason that the Godlike got that one chicken dinner yesterday. So Gil from Godlike might not necessarily be the highest fragger in the tournament, but definitely one of the better players here. But Godlike now fighting a battle on 2 fronts, and Team Soul are going to be their target for now.
Team Soul, again, they have a little bit of advantage, but the disadvantage is that there are going to be a lot of fronts to take care of. Of course, Sangwan dodging one grenade over there, then he dodges another one, losing a little bit of HP. So they've got to be content with Godlike at one end. And I do believe I see some Mumba numbers around, and of course, Team Tamilas who are towards the south. So they've got to be a little careful. They've got to make sure that they pick their fights, they pick their battles, and don't overextend, or they are going to pay the price, as Rox just did to Surya's DP28. Regaldos with that M14, just trying to pepper some bullets into the thicket, trying to see if he's going to get lucky with a shot or not. But I do believe Godel are going to pick up their fallen comrade. And Soul might actually make a little bit of a transition down south, but they've got to be quick on their feet. Team Tamalos is waiting for them. And right next to Team Tamalos, we have the boys from Megastars. And Iconic is still relentless with that GAR 98 bolt action, popping another headshot on Shadow himself.
Yeah, he's just taking pot shots and hitting almost everything. So a few casualties, no team wipes yet. I think the one team who's taken the biggest hit so far is, of course, Mumba and Mega Stars moving in like a pack. Just they know, they smell where Team Tamalas are. 3 of them. Do you believe they had 4 there? I guess one of them got taken out a while back. And they are getting hounded inside of this warehouse. They have a few nades to just keep Megastars at bay, but they are trapped. Now, they have that exit, which they could potentially take, but I think they're wary that they might be surrounded. But there's no one. They don't know that exit is clear if they want to head towards there. Encore, meanwhile, taking a bit of damage. The Striker has been knocked down. And now the push is going to be coming in. Nice nade. Mr. Spray from afar. Getting hounded. Swag spots a player out. It's going to go for the spray and finds both of them. Team Thumblers now are going to be down to 1 player alone. And that's Mr. Spray. And boy, oh boy, he better just leg it right now. He needs to run away from here. Because all 4 players of Megastars are still alive. And they're going to be coming in for the kill. Meanwhile, Team Soul getting destroyed by Team Extreme.
That's the reason I was gasping, because I just had a look at the mini-map that we have in front of us, and I saw them taking a little bit of a southern rotation in their vehicles play, and they get gunned out of their vehicles again. Regaltoss falling instantly, the first to pass through, but he gets shot down. Viper taken down by Team Extreme, I do believe. So they just kind of they were trying to escape a situation, but went into another one between Elementrix and Team Extreme. Now, both these teams were fighting, and literally from where the camera is panning right now came the Soul Boys, and well, 2 of them have already paid the heavy price, and they have been knocked out of this game. Soul still survived by 2 members. Can they reach a little further in game 1? Hopefully, recharging themselves as they go along, or will they fizzle out? We're going to have to wait and watch. But this is interesting. The fight at Ferry Pair is where all the action is going to be at. At one end, Powerhouse are going to make sure that the eastern flank of Ferry Pair is going to be secured, shut down, locked down. They've got it, right? And just to their north, we have Marcus Gaming and a horde of other teams pouring in, and some even from the Waterblade. This is going to be, Ferry Pair is going to be the most hip and hop happening place right now on this map.
Basically D-Day at the moment over there. Mr. Spray. Yikes. That's an ay for me. Ay caramba, indeed. He was the last man alive and he fell to his death. That is unfortunate. We look at the picture-in-picture, the PIP at the bottom right. You can see a few fights already breaking out with the Ferry Pair. Celts, bear in mind, if you remember the chicken dinner they won, it was in a very similar position, not on this side of the map though, but it was right underneath the bridge all the way up north. And this time it's a Ferry Pair. It's not a bridge, but it is kind of similar, if you just compare the way that the angles they're holding. And yeah, you never know, they could potentially make this one work for them. In the meantime, Mumba had been eliminated. That's not looking good for them.
That is definitely going to be a major blow. But another major blow over here. Can MJ actually land his shots and keep CG at bay? At the bay. Thank you. And he does pop a few shots, but gets taken down instead. And that is going to be a devastating blow for the boys from Celts. MJ is knocked down. This man has been performing on all cylinders, been playing really well actually in securing his team that podium position right now. And we are going to join Frankie as he's peppering bullets in the distance. That is quite some distance. I do believe he got a knock. His teammate, in fact, got a knock on the Megastars. And wait a second, forget the knock. Marcus Gaming from the other end are going to make sure they come in and finish what they started. Megastars are out of this game in 14th position, quickly followed by VSG Crawlers in 13th. So Fnatic are off to a good start. 4 kills. That is not bad by any means, and that is definitely going to make sure that their morale is running high. Powerhouse, like we mentioned earlier, still holding down the eastern flank of Ferry Pair, but they've now got to make their way due north. And due north, well, we have a lot of mountains, and of course we have a lot of snakes.
Snakes are scary. I'm not a big fan of snakes, but TSM Entity have joined the fray, and right now I do believe Marcus Gaming they're spread quite thin, and they're getting hounded. Surya's all alone by his lonesome over there. We have the dude in Shadow together, but they're getting hounded by Powerhouse alongside even TSM. I do remember seeing them taking a couple of pot shots in their general direction. And now Austin spraying away, but instead he will be dropped by Trans from IND with the DP. Ted tossing in the smoke to try and give his teammates some cover so he can go for the res, but now Team IND, they smell blood nearby, and they're just pushing in like sharks, like land sharks rather, but sharks nonetheless.
And, well, we just saw a vehicular explosion. I think Mr. Hyozu got a knock in the distance. We'll keep an eye out on that. Hastar, in fact, gets the final knock on Elementrix, and out goes Elementrix from this game in 12th position. Frankie also helping a little bit. FNC kind of doing their job. I think they must have racked in a couple of other kills. But Hastar is now under fire by Ronak, and always makes sure he finishes what his teammates start. So Godlike are going to be down one number, but Synerge right now in the midst of all the action, IND kind of bouncing up on them. They've got to act quick because Orange Rock on the other side of that mountain might start pushing up as well. And if they do that, if they get pinched in, if they get sandwiched, that can be, well, quite a deathly blow for these lads.
Look at this play from Surya though. He's pushing and he wants to take out the player, and he might... Oh, he gets a little too close though, and he's going to get dropped, and that is unfortunate indeed. I do believe Surya will be finished off by Iku from Team Extreme. In the meantime, Celts taking a fight with TSM Entity. The big boys are all here. Orange Rock, TSM Entity, Fnatic, you name it, Godlike, they're all in the running. Celts, though, they're winning some of these duels. Clutchshot's going to find MJ in the meantime. This is a massive fight between TSM Entity and Team Celts as Marcus Gaming will be eliminated in the 10th position. A brilliant nade as Rox finds Neo, and TSM Entity, they're going to wipe them out. Of course, going to wipe them out, and it's going to be Clutch God who's going to put in the dirty work. They do lose a couple of players, though, but Clutch God and Jonathan, do survive. And if I'm TSM Entity, if I'm anyone watching this game, I'm like, scared. That's good enough. That's good enough. Just these two players being alive is massive, as we have teams getting knocked out left, right, and center. Team IND gets knocked out as well. And with that, we're down to 6 teams and 19 left in the server.
6 teams. That was quick. I mean, they are falling like dominoes. Make that 5 teams because Godlike have had an exit as well. They are out in the 6th position, 4 points to their names. But what a play by Clutch God over there. I thought the Celts might have had it. I thought the Celts are going to do another upset and going to eliminate TSM. But no. When you have Clutch God and Jonathan still alive, well, your hopes are going to be right up there. But again, another team with high hopes right now. We have Fnatic, all 4 members alive. 7 kills to their names. Synerge popping off today with 6 kills to their names. Powerhouse still in the fray. Again, a 4-man squad. Orange Rock, no surprises here. They are going to make it towards the end zone. And TSM Entity, that duo of destruction, hoping to get a chicken dinner for the lads over here. But I think Zebra has been spotted out by Mavi. And just that little single click fire on that M4 gets the job done, and he is going to go for that knock. Viru, on the other hand, gets knocked out via Iconic. So a little bit of a trade-off between Powerhouse and Orange Rock. And by the look of things, Powerhouse, they have to make it into the zone, but they do have opposition in the form of TSM Entity at one end and the Rock that is orange at the other, which is actually currently purple. So, I don't know. Am I colorblind?
The purple? Okay, all right. Well, let's see if they can live up to being the soldier of fortunes that they are. Iconic. He takes a sweet time and just knocks Viru down on his knees. Now, he doesn't get the kill, though, and this is an uphill battle, literally and figuratively speaking, for Powerhouse. They need to make their way up, but Orange Rock are being the gatekeepers, keeping them in. Orange Rock themselves are not in the circle, but Jonathan being alive there, that is one man who can keep them down all by his lonesome. I say that, and he's taking on Iconic. Zebra's bleeding out. Nova King's alive on a sliver of health, and Dark is the only player who can do something right of a Powerhouse. Now, he's going to be pushing on in, but can he do anything? There's no Rock nearby for him to cling on to, XP.
I think, well, regardless of Rocks over here, he does get a knock on Vampire, and the Vamp is down, and that's going to be a bit problematic for Orange Rock because, like you said, they have to move in the zone, and I think he might find another one. He does find Viru. This man is not stopping. 335 damage already. Of course, Iconic put up one heck of a show with that Car 98, so he's got to capitalize on that. Nova King is going to be taken down by Jonathan and finished as well. Meanwhile, Strider gets a knock on Owe. So we are... one. Again, I think he might get picked up. Plenty of space for the teams to maneuver right now, but Orange Rock are just going to keep getting put down again and again until their breath finally runs out.
Listen, the scariest thing for Jonathan, like, it's Jonathan, number one. Number two, he's got a ghillie suit. Number two, it's in a perfect environment for him to be using it as well. This is terrifying. Now, Dark is alive. How many times have we seen him in this position? For Orange Rock, all the 4 are alive. One's bleeding out. They're all kind of low and health here. And a perfectly timed nade from Jonathan, it could be it, or even could be a spray. He sprays wildly through the smoke, doesn't quite land anything. However, Clutch God, meanwhile, covering his flank, ensuring that Fnatic don't come in for the flank here. Now, Fnatic and Orange Rock both have all 4 players alive. Synerge Synerge have a player bleeding out, but he should be getting res here. Powerhouse with Dark, the sole member remaining, and I say that I have cursed him to his death, and Powerhouse will be eliminated in 5th position just with 3 kills to their name. We're down to the final 4 teams, but there's still 14 alive. This is a very, very rare sight.
You know, I got kind of caught off by that Dacia. That's what word do I want to use? Those diamonds were sparkling, and it was like, damn, that's called bling. I don't know if you saw it, but I don't know why I just got distracted by that. Sorry.
You get distracted by shiny objects. Okay, good to know, XP.
There you go. If you want to make me happy, nah, I'm just kidding. All right, so Jonathan sneaking his way in towards Fnatic, and Fnatic, against all odds, are still a 4-man squad. So, oh boy, we might see a resurgence. People talking about one good game. This could be that good game for Ash and the boys. Always gets knocked out, just as I say that, courtesy of Jonathan. So he definitely has a sight set. He has a sight set on Frankie as well. I think he's going to wait. He's going to wait for him to make a mistake and always try to crawl on his bloodied knees to his teammate, but he gets taken out instead. Jonathan definitely has an idea where Frankie is, right behind this rock. So he's got to be careful, because have a look at who's coming in, creeping in from behind. It's Orange Rock, and they, like the coiled wipers, like the silent ninjas, are creeping into the fray. They're just going to pop up, start shooting, possibly gunning down entire squads. We are going to find out, but Jonathan is still there to kind of act like a buffer, to, you know, be like, hey guys, take it easy. I'm still in this game, and I can do a lot of damage. Oh, I thought he was almost taken down. Frankie has got a spot on him, but he gets taken down instead. Talk about a sliver of HP. He does get finally wiped out by Vampire. What a valiant effort by
beast.
Jonathan. DSM Entity out in 4th position, 8 kills to their names, but that his reaction, his aim, his precision, that was just phenomenal.
This guy, man, like, it's him against the world. He doesn't care. He'll take that fight any given day. But now Fnatic, they were in such a good spot. But look at Orange Rock slowly snaking the way around in their direction, anti-clockwise. Fnatic, I do believe, still do have a couple of players left alive. Or 3 players, to be more precise. I'm sorry. There we have it. Ash, Ronak, and Frankie against Synerge's 4 players. I say that Daljeet's going to find Austin, but Daljeet gets shot from above, and it's going to be Fnatic trying to pounce on Orange Rock. They just push it a little bit further. Frankie snaking from the right-hand side. Vampire barely alive, as Austin will be finished off. He just like letting go of everything as his backpack. Vampire and Daljeet down as well. Orange Rock, I think they're just down to 1 player, maybe 2
this
floating
is
around.
such a smart play.
This is genius from Ted. This is brilliantly done from him.
The way he got an angle on those boys, and he makes sure he gets the angle. That was perfection. Orange Rock out in 3rd place with 5 kills. We are down to the final 2 teams. It is going to be a 3-on-3 situation. Ash is trying to line up his sights on Servi, but I think Dead might exactly have an idea where they are. One good timed grenade can be devastating, and look at the way the boys are using those buggies for those high advantage positions. And with that, Ted gets a knock on Ash, and I think the final pull might be coming in. Strider goes in, is getting ripped open himself, but he gets 1 knock. It is down to Frankie. He is the last man standing for Team Fnatic. Bullets flying all around through the smoke, and that's it. Fnatic, with the valiant effort that they did put through, coming in 2nd position. Winner, chicken dinner play goes to the boys with Synerge. It is going to be Synerge, but what a play by Fnatic. 10 kills to their names. I think they're finally woken up.
Fell off a little bit. The 32 points of Synerge, 12 total kills, the max of anyone else, 20 placement points. Fnatic, incredible showing from them as well, 24 points. And that is definitely going to help matters for them. We have TSM Entity placing 3rd, primarily due to the heroics of Mr. Jonathan. Once again, Orange Rock placing 4th there, despite coming in 3rd placement-wise, because didn't have that many kills. Godlike in the 5th position. Powerhouse, a much better performance. Celts, 7th place. They might have been overtaken. No, they're still up there. I think they're still in the 1st place here. It's closely followed by Orange Rock. Megastars, top 8, but Megastars need to start getting a few more top 3, top 4 finishes if they want to entertain the chances of qualifying. But with Synerge's 32 points and Fnatic's 24 points, I do believe we're going to be seeing a big shuffle in the top half of the overall placings, but we're still not there yet. XP, take me through the bottom half here.
IND in 9th, no kills to them, no kills to Soul as well, so they're going to be bowing out with 5 and 4 points. Team Extreme, 2 kills to their names, standing at 11th. Marcus Gaming, Elementrix, Umomba, each have 1 kill to their name, but they definitely need to up their game if they want to make a little bit of a dent in this finals. And of course, behind them we have VSG Crawlers and Team Tamilas. Now, if I quickly talk about VSG Crawlers, I mean, we thought at the end of last week, we thought that these boys are going to be, gunning for the top position, for the top spot, and these boys were actually playing really well, and they were like surprising all of us on the last day. But they haven't really shown up this week, have they?
They haven't at all. The top spot only by 2 points. Orange Rock right below them. Fnatic now in the third spot. They have, for the time being, claimed the second spot available for grabs, followed by Synerge and Godlike, who have already qualified. And then we have Marcus Gaming in the 6th place, followed very close by TSM Entity, who have already qualified as well. And Umumba, slowly but surely, they are slipping here. And that is a worrying sign. 24 points differentiating Celt and Umumba. But the 3 teams who are looking good at the moment would be Celt, Fnatic, and of course, Marcus Gaming. These are the 3 teams who haven't qualified yet. But it just goes to show how good Orange Rock are, how good Synergy are, and how good Godlike and TSM Entity are. The fact that despite having qualified, and despite having kind of like up and down days yesterday, Synergy and TSM Entity, here you go, top 7 right there.
And just 5 points off Celt. So, I mean, Synergy can actually come in for those big bucks. But Fnatic, I mean, let me just quickly throw some light on this. The fact that the roster is working, and in fact, the 4 boys who were playing this last game have been doing well as a unit. And I know it seems like I'm beating around the same bush. We have already talked about Scout not being a part, and how his the fact that he is erratic at times can actually play to the downfall of Fnatic. We'll come to that in a second. Fixes, just have a look and see what we have in the second half.
Troubled waters for all these teams down here, because we have Elementrix putting on a good show yesterday, but today they're not looking really solid, but not a lot of points separating them from Team IND, and then you have Megastars just 1 point each, and on